Need some coins for golden tickets? Head on over to rockbottomcoins.com for the safest and cheapest coins anywhere. Use code Zirksee at checkout for a 10% discount on your order.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What is going on, guys? It is Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I kind of have a theory for the new Grayest of all time promo that we're going to be getting. Now, I just want you guys to hear me out on this and let me know down below if you agree with me. So, going over the players that are in it, so far we have Brian Urlacher, Terrell Davis, which, going off those two, you would possibly think this could be like a big promo for Madden 18. Now, if you don't know what the Grayest of all time promo is, you probably don't follow EA Sports on Twitter. But if we go ahead and take a look at these solo challenges, we do have some limited time solos out right now. And the first two you guys can see was Terrell Davis, Brian Urlacher, Dan Marino, and for the thumbnail, you guys have probably already seen it. But there's also a Rod Woodson, which supposedly is leaked, which I'm gonna assume that's confirmed, because the Dan Marino was also in that picture before he was released today. Now, we don't know the fifth person just yet, but I'm going to assume that it may even be someone that's already on the game. Now, the reason I started thinking this was kind of when I saw the Dan Marino and Rod Woodson. So, you're probably thinking to yourself, first off, what is this promo going to be? In my opinion, I would definitely, if I were you guys, go ahead and play all these solo challenges, because I want to save it for a little bit later, but I'm going to assume it has something to do with something you'll need a later day. I want to hold on just a second, hold off on telling you guys exactly what I think this is going to be. But Dan Marino, Rod Woodson, and another card. Now, of those cards, of course, Brian Urlacher and also Terrell Davis don't have the highest overall card in the game. I believe Brian Urlacher has a 94 and Terrell Davis has a 95 Super Bowl edition. With that being said, Dan Marino literally just got an Ultimate Legend 2 weeks ago. So, not only did he just get an Ultimate Legend 2 weeks ago, he actually got a 99 overall Ultimate Legend. Why would they drop another Dan Marino if he wasn't going to be a lower overall, or why would they drop another Dan Marino general? Also, Rod Woodson, he just got a 98 overall not too long ago. So that got me thinking, why would they drop two players who literally just got cards that fast? Now, here is my theory for you guys, and I want you to hear me out and let me know down below what you think about it. I'm thinking that at the end of all these solo challenges, or maybe just, I'm going to guess it's going to be at the end of the solo challenges, the final one will probably be maybe kind of a harder solo challenge to do. But I think the fifth one, or possibly, well, today is Wednesday, which means the third one, Thursday will be the fourth, and the fifth one will be on Friday, which is when the promo is supposedly supposed to drop. I believe the fifth one will give you guys a collectible, or possibly to be a set that you unlock by completing the fifth solo challenge. And I want you to hear me out. Greatest of all time. G for Grayest, O for of, A for all, and T for time. What does that acronym spell out? GOAT. Now, if you guys are unaware with the GOATs in Madden 18, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys exactly what the GOATs were. Now, it was a little bit different. In order to actually get the GOATs this year, what you had to do was you had to pre-order a specific edition of Madden 18. I think it was like $20 more. You can actually, I think you might be able to get, like, even buy it right now. Once the game actually was released, I believe they put it in the stores as well. But if you pre-order the GOAT edition, you actually have the game a little bit earlier. And where? Oh, there it is. So you guys can see the Madden GOAT edition upgrade. So you guys can see you got a holiday GOAT fantasy pack, and an elite player fantasy pack with 8 overall, and 5 squad packs, which I don't remember exactly what were in the squad packs, but it really wasn't anything too good. But overall, that is the GOAT packs. Now, if we go ahead and show you guys the sets that we needed to go through in order to get yourself the GOAT, which I personally had, they actually, I think it was a week into the game. They dropped solo challenges that you could play a ton of them and actually get yourself another free GOAT edition player, which I actually did complete some of them. So if we choose a GOAT, you guys can see they have the launch players, which right off the bat, they had Tom Brady, Ray Lewis, Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice, Ronnie Lott, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, Randy Moss, and actually I think Ronnie Lott, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, Randy Moss were all added in. I believe that we only had Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, Ray Lewis, and Tom Brady to start. We can actually double check on that one, but I do believe that I ended up going, yeah, you guys can see I went with Bo Jackson, Randy Moss, and also I started on the Deion Sanders sets. Now, you automatically get it up the 85 overall GOAT. So at the beginning of the game, you got 85 overall players, and I honestly can't remember exactly which one of these guys is, or how many of these guys were added in later in the game. I know for a fact that Calvin Johnson, Michael Strahan, as well as Franco Harris were all added in later. So actually, I think all these guys were actually, yeah, I think they were all in the game at the beginning of Madden 18. So you could choose between Deion Sanders, Ray Lewis, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, and Tom Brady. Those were the 5 people we had to choose from at the beginning of Madden 18 if you bought the GOAT edition. Then they added in solo challenges where you could get between Bo Jackson, Randy Moss, and Ronnie Lott, or of course you can go through and get the other ones. And then they ended up adding in Franco Harris, Michael Strahan, and also Calvin Johnson. Now with the holiday players, you guys can see you needed 40 of these 73 overall baby GOATs to get yourself 1 GOAT fantasy pack, and you need 30 of these 73 overall baby GOATs to get 1 GOAT fantasy pack. You get to choose 1 of the 8 GOATs, and right now they're still going for $15K. That's ridiculous. Of course, no one's going to buy those. But the GOAT players are honestly a huge step in the right direction for the beginning of Madden. Now, I had the 85 Deion Sanders. I honestly don't know if I still have them in my lineup. I can definitely check. I think I may have added them into some type of elite set. Let me actually check and see if I still have them in my item miner, because if I do, I'll go ahead and show you guys their stats, or at least how they're looking right now, because of course they are a little bit upgraded from how they're been. So yes, I actually do have the 87 overall Randy Moss. Now, if we take a look at the 87 Moss, now he was only 85 when I first got him, but compared to my other receivers on my team when I first got the Randy Moss, obviously I think Demaryius Thomas is like my best receiver for a while. 90 speed, 90 spec edge, 85 route running, 90 jumping, 81 catch of traffic, and 84 release. Now, 90 speed was insanely good for the start. Obviously, that's freaking insane. It's Randy Moss. Who does not want to have Randy Moss? Unfortunately, I don't think I have the other GOAT players that I actually ended up choosing. Yeah, so it doesn't look like I do, unfortunately, not have those guys. But anyways, so what I'm assuming is going to be this promo. What you're going to need to do is play all the limited time solo challenges, and at the end of them, we're going to be able to get ourselves maybe a token, and you'll throw it into a set, and I believe this is going to be the first kind of promo that's leading us into Madden 19. Now, what I'm going to assume is you're going to be able to get yourself, I don't know if it'll say the overall, but based off of the GOAT players for this year, I'm going to assume it's going to be probably 85 overalls. So you're probably going to start off with an 85 overall player. Now, so far we know Dan Marino, Brian Urlacher, Terrell Davis, and supposedly Rod Woodson, which you guys will see in about like a couple hours after this video is uploaded. It's going up late night on Wednesday, and you guys will see Thursday morning. If it is Rod Woodson, then you guys can continue on with this, and hopefully the final player will be someone even better. Now, we have a quarterback, a running back, a linebacker, and supposedly a cornerback in Rod Woodson. Now, you guys can see the way they did it for Madden 18, we had Tom Brady, which is the Dan Marino. We have Terrell Davis, which would be Barry Sanders. We have Brian Urlacher instead of Ray Lewis, and Deion Sanders is now Rod Woodson. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that the final GOAT player that we're going to be getting on Friday morning is going to be a wide receiver. Who? I don't know, but I can assume that it's going to be an ultimate legend, or at least a legend in the game. So if we go ahead and take a look at the legends, and honestly it could be any of these guys, take a look at just the wide receiver in general. Sterling Sharpe, no, he just got a card. I don't believe they would give him that one. Of course, it's kind of just random. Carmichael, possibly. Marvin Harrison, I do not believe he would get one. Now, someone I have another possibility on, Michael Irvin. He did have an Easter, or not an Easter card, he had a Thanksgiving card, and he also had a draft card. Andre Reed, I feel like Michael Irvin would probably be the best choice for them, to be honest. Fred Biletnikoff, we could get ourselves a Chad Ochocinco. Maybe they want to go with like a Larry Fitzgerald. Now, so far for the solo challenges, for the greatest or the grayest of all time solos, we have just legends and no current players. So it's not going to be someone like Antonio Brown, Julio Jones. It's going to be a legend of some sort, and that's where I'm kind of stuck at. I need your guys' opinions. Who do you think will get it? You guys think that Jerry Rice will get it again? It's definitely a possibility they decided to just go with Jerry Rice again. But that is my theory for the grayest of all time, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, smash that like button and also turn the notification bell on so you guys get notified whenever I do upload a video. Honestly, I feel like this is an extremely good theory. Greatest of all time, GOAT. The players match up perfectly with the positions. Middle linebacker, Brian Urlacher for Ray Lewis. Running back, Terrell Davis for Barry Sanders. Quarterback, Dan Marino for Brady. Supposedly Rod Woodson, which would be replacing Deion Sanders. And then the final player would be a wide receiver. That would only make perfect sense to me. So hopefully you guys have kept up with these solo challenges. Definitely go ahead and play them. They're really easy. And 13,000 coins you get for playing the Dan Marino one. Ron Woodson's will probably be a little bit more. And of course the final one, hopefully if we get super lucky, maybe at the end of the solo challenge, we just get a collectible straight away. And we'll be able to just use that collectible and select one of these players to start off in Madden 19. Now if that's the case, I'm going to make a video for you guys kind of helping you determine who you should go with. And honestly, before I even make that video, do not go with Dan Marino. You do not want to have a quarterback at the beginning of the game because you're probably not going to have him for very long. Definitely go with the depth position, but that is just my theory on the greatest of all time. And honestly, it makes perfect sense to me. Let me know down below if you guys agree with this and if you're thinking the same thing. And let me know down below who you think the wide receiver will be. I'm hoping it's a wide receiver. And as always, smash the like button, and I'll see you guys next time.